Today's best music.
Magic 89.9.
Today's Best Music Magic 89.9. It's Hannah from On Air with Hannah. Joining me today is Stephanie Poetri. Woohoo!
Hello. Hello.
Hello. It's nice to
Hi.
see you. Nice to see you again.
See ya.
Hello there, girl. We had an interview with you. We had the pleasure of talking to you in December 2020, talking about your AM/PM album and your song Selfish. So how have you been since then?
Oh wait, I'm sorry. You just like this year, December 2020. I was like, that's great. That's so long ago. Oh my gosh.
Isn't that wild? Like,
I'm having like a mental breakdown. That's so long ago. It's 2022. I've been good. How have you been?
Having mental breakdowns here and there, but
Mhm.
generally good. Isn't that crazy? Like 2020, it feels like 2021 still now for me. Is that the same for
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, maybe because it's like still January, but
Huh.
I don't know. It's crazy. Things fly so fast.
It hasn't sunk in yet. No. But it's nice to have you here and talking about your
Thank you.
latest song. So I remember last time I asked you, how did you create or how did you write Selfish? And you're like, oh, I was just bored, like randomly in my room. And I just wrote it. I was like, oh, okay. So this time, tell me about the day you wrote Picture Me.
So, Picture Myself was actually a demo that was sent to me, and it was sent to me before AM/PM came out. So,
Mhm.
it was a long time ago, but I really liked it. And yeah, I don't know. Some songs just get ya. You don't even have to write them, and you feel like it's yours because it was it was just so perfect.
It was so relatable. And I know you're in LA right now, right?
hmm
So did you write this in LA or?
No, so it was I found the song like I want to say like April. No,
Mhm.
actually February of 2021. So I was still in Indonesia and I
Mhm.
recorded it in Indonesia. But because I was still focusing on AM/PM, I couldn't put out anything. And then now we're putting out this, so
Yeah,
that's the
it's a
vibe.
great start of the year. I was listening to it earlier. I was like, damn, that's relatable. That brought out some feelings, you know. We've been there.
We've been there.
We've been there. Congratulations on the latest track. Your Filipino
Thank
fans are
you.
out here rooting for you, voting
Thank
for it in our
you.
top 30
Oh
in
my
Magic 89.9.
gosh.
I was watching the music video the other day, which just came out. What's the
Mhm.
best part about filming the music video in New York specifically?
Yeah, I think it's I don't know. It was really cool to walk around the city and have it be on camera, but it was really awkward because like people were staring. But I think it created a very cool effect on camera because the song is kind of long distance and like one person moving to the city and one person moving to the suburbs and that kind of vibe. And I love New York. Is and the pizza was great, so I'm
I
happy.
was gonna say the pizza is top notch. Do
Yeah.
you consider it one of your favorite cities out there?
I would say so. I think I'm definitely a city girl. Like
Hmm.
I prefer walking around in cities and like going to the beach or the mountains. And I tend to appreciate like architecture a lot more. And I don't know, it's just walking around is so good for you as well.
Hmm.
My calves are huge.
Can I see them?
I'm getting so you like but it's good because also I feel like during the pandemic I like my
Hmm.
average I had like 30 steps a day because all I did was sit down, and so
Hmm.
it's like now that I get to walk around, we're getting
Hmm.
back into it.
Get it,
Woo.
girl. Get it, girl. No, we're the same here because in the Philippines, we have been on lockdown, on lockdown, on lockdown.
Mm.
Till now, we're still on lockdown, actually.
Oh.
And some places you can't even walk outside to get some
Mm.
sun. And it's so essential for your mental health and just your
Yeah.
overall well-being. Obviously, like in the city where you grew up in, and me too. Usually we get like 10,000 steps a day without even noticing it, right? And then boom,
Yeah.
100 steps a
Yeah.
day, 30 steps a day. So I'm so happy that you're back on the grind there.
Thank you. Yeah, and
Yeah.
but it is interesting though because it's like now whenever I sit down, I'm like, oh, I miss this. Because I'm just always up and about now. It's like, I
Make
you tend to appreciate the little things.
Yeah, you make the most out of it once you've been at home for a while, I think. And you moved back, right? You were in LA for a bit and then you moved back to Indonesia.
Yeah, so I was in LA, and then when the pandemic hit, I moved back to Indonesia. And then
Mhm.
once I was fully vaccinated, I moved back to LA so that I could start working on music again. So now I
So
am in
happy.
my place in LA now.
Yay.
Woohoo.
Yoo-hoo. So we're talking about New York, we're talking about LA. I saw the cover art and you drew it yourself. What?
Yeah.
Have you always been into sketching?
Yeah, I mean, growing up, I never really took music. I took visual arts.
Hmm.
And I think my favorite part about that is that whenever I do anything that's like music and like
Hmm.
visuals, like with the music video or lyric videos, I get to create like a mood board that the team can work on, and that's always super fun. But this time, I kind of felt like because the song itself was kind of like a diary entry, I
Hmm.
wanted the sketch to be like as if sketches I would make in my
Very
diary or like
personal.
on homework, because I
Hmm.
had a lot of really good sketches on my homework. But
Are you were you the doodler in high
yes,
school and
yeah, it
big
was.
doodler?
I remember it was like every time I finished like, first in class, I would just start doodling, and then there was like a point where my teacher was like, "Hey, you need to like instead of doodling, why don't you like double check everything?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but also no."
Like when you finished a test, when you add like flowers and pretty things, what was your doodle of choice back then?
Oh my gosh, it was like, yeah, I think it was like just a lot of eyeballs. I think everyone like to draw eyeballs and
With the
stuff,
pretty
but
lashes.
yeah,
Yeah,
yep,
yeah.
yep.
We all had the same childhood then, huh?
Yeah.
So let's go back to the song. You write songs about love. Did you ever have a heartbreak that changed your life for the better, or do you have any advice for anyone going through it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's interesting because in my head, I'm like, I always think that when bad things happen, it's because it's like life trying to set you up for something better.
Mhm.
That's kind of my way of trying to see things to stay positive. And before I started, doing music as a career, I was kind of, very content with the choices I was making, but they were
Mhm.
all leading up to not music. And when I was finally single, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna like try to achieve my dreams, and I don't know. It was like I was like I'm no longer content with my choices. Before I was like, maybe one day I'll be like a cute little housewife, and obviously I still want to be, but like, I also kind of want to be like a musician. So we can be
Yes,
more than
girl.
one things.
We can be anything we want and still be a pretty
Exactly.
housewife and make music and sing to our
Yeah.
kids and achieve our dreams.
Exactly.
Love to see it.
Exactly.
Love to see it. We are just here living life.
Yeah.
So during the pandemic, who is the favorite artist that you're listening to right now?
Ooh, I've been really into. I'm not even gonna lie. Olivia Rodrigo, like her music came out kind of like during the pandemic, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So I don't know. Super into. I honestly, I just can't wait for like more songs because she hasn't put out anything since her album. So I'm just waiting, girl. Come on. And also, like Southeast Asian girls represent. We love that
Love
for
it.
us.
Love it.
Woo!
Woohoo. She's half Filipino. We are so behind it. I love
Exactly. I
it.
love that. And it's like, I don't know. It's so fun to see, I don't know, just like the success that's kind of coming to all of us this year. It's like,
Uh-huh. It's like a
yeah.
third culture kid, like big whoop for
Yeah.
us, right?
Yeah.
I love
Yeah. Exactly.
love it. Would you ever want to collaborate with her, or are there any artists out there that you would love to collaborate with this year?
I mean, I would love to. write a song for her, with her. There's definitely a lot of artists that I would like to work with.
Mhm.
And yeah, I don't know. It's super exciting to be in the creative industry, because it's like every time you see someone with work that you like, you always start being like, oh my God, what if I work with them? So I like have too many people. Every single person in my playlist, I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe
Are
one
you
day.
are you the type of person that like finds something interesting about everyone they meet? Because it seems like that.
Like, what's your fun fact?
Yeah, what's your fun fact? I like you already. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you always writing music or are you taking a break right now?
I would say I definitely have written less, and it's literally because there was at one point where I wrote a song every day, and
Mhm.
after the fourth week, I was like running dry. Like I had nothing else to
Mm,
say, and every time I wrote something, I'm like, I said this already. And so I realized that like it's almost like I have a bucket in my head and I have to like
mhm,
let it fill up with the water droplets before I can like take more out. So I'm trying to like kind of not write too much, despite me wanting to write all the time. It's like it's best if I take it slow. Because
mhm,
after a while it's like literally if you hear it's like everything is the same,
mhm.
and I'm just like I have so little things to write about anyways, because you know I'm like I don't have that many life experiences, so I just end up writing the same thing over and over again.
I feel like it's still relatable though, because a lot of people, still young and still exploring, and especially in this global pandemic, we're going through a lot of similar things. So even if you feel like it's not relatable, it's not enough, it's like we still love it. That's from a listener standpoint. I'm just saying. Are you the type of
Interesting.
person who finds like you have to put out the best thing out there and you put a lot of pressure on yourself?
I'd say I'm more of like a if I'm like an about a song, I just give it to a bunch of people and like I do my own like market research.
Hmm.
So I'm a researcher. Like if with songs, I just kind of I feel like peer review, if everybody likes it, then it'll kind of like mentally make me like it too. So
I get it. I get
that's
it.
the
The
way.
fans are out here behind you. The Filipino fans love you here ever since. Love
Ah,
you 3000. I
hey.
follow you on TikTok, girl.
Oh my
I love
gosh,
it.
no, just my
I
random
saw there was a
dancing.
live performance recently. How good did that feel, right?
That was so fun.
That was in Jakarta.
The recent one, we had a festival in LA for Head in the Clouds, with Idiot Rising, so that was super fun.
Awesome. I hope more
Yeah.
live performances this year, and I hope to meet
Yes.
you
Oh, I would
one
love
day. I
to.
would
Yeah,
love
I
it.
mean, definitely would love to come to the Philippines.
Yeah, I
I'm just
got
ready to
you, girl.
try all the food, like the halo.
I have a long list for you. Visit Magic 89.9 whenever you're
That's the
here and whenever
plan.
you're ready. And last question, or what piece of advice would you give a rising artist right now, starting
Oh,
out their music career?
I think my advice would be, obviously it depends on what kind of music you're making, but I understand that some people might not have the budget to, have a crazy production. And I just want to
Mhm.
say, based off of, the songs I've written, sometimes all you need is like an acoustic, thing like guitar or piano. You don't need to have
Mhm.
an insane level of production. If your songwriting is, something that you're confident with,
Mhm.
don't worry too much about, being able to afford all these things, because sometimes all you need is just an acoustic guitar or piano, and that's good enough.
And your creative juices, just like
Yeah,
you.
you're good.
Creative juices. We love it. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for hanging out with us and your Filipino fans and
Yes.
Magic 89.9. Again, we love you. We appreciate you.
Oh,
We are
thank you so
behind
much.
you. Congratulations on your newest track. Picture Me,
Thank
please do
you.
watch the YouTube music video, stream it everywhere, and of course, ask for it to be played on air. Not that they need to, because I'm gonna
Yes.
play it all the time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You're tuned in to today's best music. We are Magic 89.9.